Right now, somewhere inside a leaf, there's a molecule so peculiar that your brain reacts to it like a security guard slowing down traffic. You drink it, and within about 45 minutes, your body starts quietly rewiring how alert, how calm, and how focused you feel. And most people who sip green tea every morning have no idea what's actually unfolding underneath their skin. That's what we're decoding today, because this isn't just a warm drink, it's a package of plant compounds that your cells treat like instructions. And by the end, I'll answer the one question almost nobody asks. Why does green tea make you feel awake and relaxed at the exact same time, when those two things should cancel out? Let's start the moment the first sip goes down. The clock starts ticking. Within roughly 30 to 45 minutes, the caffeine in your cup crosses into your bloodstream and reaches your brain. Now, green tea has less caffeine than coffee, usually around a quarter to a third as much. So instead of slamming your system, it taps it on the shoulder. Caffeine works by blocking a molecule called adenosine, which is the chemical that builds up all day and makes you feel sleepy. Block adenosine, and the drowsiness signal gets muted. You feel more awake, not because you added energy, but because you hid the tiredness. But here's the strange part. Green tea carries a passenger that coffee doesn't. It's an amino acid called L-theanine, and it does something almost the opposite of caffeine. Research suggests L-theanine nudges your brain toward calmer, smoother activity, the kind of relaxed focus you feel when you're absorbed in something and time disappears. So in a single cup, you've got one compound waking you up and another softening the edges. Hold on to that combination because it's the answer to our big question later. Now zoom in closer because there's a second wave arriving, and this one is the real headline. Green tea is loaded with antioxidants, and the star is a compound with a mouthful of a name, EGCG. Think of it like this. Every day, your cells run millions of chemical reactions, and those reactions throw off tiny reactive sparks called free radicals. A few sparks are normal. Too many over years can nick and damage your cells, a bit like rust slowly forming on metal. Antioxidants are the compounds that step in and neutralize those sparks before they cause damage. And gram for gram, green tea is one of the richest everyday sources most people can actually reach for. So what does that mean over time? This is where the story stretches from minutes into weeks. Studies have found that people who regularly drink green tea tend to show healthier markers in a few areas. Many studies point to modest improvements in cholesterol balance, nudging the harmful kind down a little. Others suggest a gentle steadying effect on blood sugar after meals. None of this is a magic switch, and I want to be honest with you here. These are small, measured effects that add up quietly over months, not dramatic overnight changes. Green tea is a helper, not a hero. But here's where it gets genuinely cool, and it happens right in your mouth and gut. Those same antioxidants have mild antibacterial properties. Research suggests compounds in green tea can help keep certain unfriendly bacteria in check, including some linked to bad breath and tooth trouble. And further down in your gut, early research hints that green tea may feed the friendlier microbes living in your digestive tract, the trillions of tiny tenants that help you break down food and even talk to your immune system. This area is still being studied, so scientists are careful about big claims, but the direction is promising. Now let's talk about the effect people whisper about most, metabolism. You've probably seen green tea slapped on the label of every fat-burning product on the shelf. So what's real? The honest version is this. That caffeine and EGCG duo appears to give your metabolism a very small temporary lift, meaning your body may burn a few extra calories for a short window after you drink it. But we're talking modest, we're talking small, and it is nowhere near a replacement for movement, sleep, or what's on your plate. Anyone promising green tea will melt fat is selling you a fantasy. The truth is gentler and far less dramatic.
There's one more layer, and it plays out over years, not minutes. Because green tea reaches so many systems at once, calming inflammation, mopping up those free radicals, supporting your blood vessels, large population studies have noticed something interesting. Groups of people who drink green tea regularly tend to have somewhat better long-term heart health on average. Now, careful here, that's a correlation, a pattern spotted across big groups, not proof that the tea alone did it. People who sip green tea daily often have other healthy habits too. Scientists are still untangling exactly how much credit the leaf deserves, but the signal keeps showing up, and that's why researchers keep paying attention. So let's pull it all together, because now that big question finally makes sense. Why does green tea wake you up and calm you down at the same time? Here's the reveal. It's that pairing we met at the very start. The caffeine lifts your alertness by muting the sleepy signal, while the L-theanine smooths out the jittery, wired feeling caffeine usually brings. One pushes the accelerator, the other steadies the wheel. Coffee gives you the push without the steadying, which is why it can leave you buzzing and anxious. Green tea hands you both at once. That's the secret behind the calm, clear focus so many people describe. And it's not in your imagination, it's chemistry, sip by sip. So this is what's really going on. Every cup is doing quiet, layered work, sharpening your focus in minutes, guarding your cells in the background, nudging your cholesterol and blood sugar over weeks, tending the bacteria in your mouth and gut, and gently supporting your heart across the years. Not one dramatic effect, but dozens of small ones, stacking up like coins in a jar. That's the real magic of a daily habit. It's not loud, it's consistent. If you love pulling back the curtain like this and seeing what's actually happening inside you, subscribe and stick around because there's a whole body to decode and we're just getting started. And if this got you curious, watch our breakdown of what caffeine really does to your brain in the first hour, because once you see that timeline, your morning cup will never look the same. One last thing, and it matters. Everything here is educational content designed to explain how your body works, and it is not medical advice. Green tea affects different people differently, especially if you're sensitive to caffeine, pregnant, or taking medication. So before you make any changes to your diet, your health, or your routine, please talk to a doctor or a qualified medical professional who knows your body. They're the ones who can give you advice that's truly yours.